What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? Your boy just got back from homecoming, from traveling, from vacation. And I wanted to let y'all know, man, it's been 10 years. Let me say it again, man. 10 years since your boy graduated from college, man. I don't know if that should make me feel old. I don't know if that should make me feel proud, but I'm sitting here, right? Once you get to where you got to go to, once you get to memories, landmarks, getting off the Greyhound bus, getting off where you had to walk to get a chop, all those feelings and emotions really come back up, man, because that journey since that happened, y'all, it's been good. It really has, man. So I'm welcome back to my dogs. Welcome back to the people that asked, man. Let me go ahead and I know I've been in hibernation. I know your boy been gone. I've been out the way, but I want to tell the crowd again, we are back. We are active, and we're going to chop it up and give this game. But let me keep going into my opening thing before I get into the book recommendations like we do. But, you know, as I travel, y'all, got to see things, get on a plane, first class, got to have a little money, got to be able to splurge on myself and do things. Number one, you realize how blessed you are compared to most people. A lot of my dogs couldn't make the trip because of financial situations, the way the world's set up, being laid off, all the mass things going on right now. But while on that trip, I got to sit down and just think, man, I got to tell you something. Something ain't right now. And the first thing I kept hearing while on the trip is that hip hop is finished. The soul is gone. The culture grew different. And we not up. But what they didn't want to say, y'all, is that old hip hop, the Drake version of hip hop is done. That music, that culture, that sound, what they was dealing with, what the bullshit they was putting out, that's gone. What they don't hit on is why everything is changing. The holidays, expectation, friends, families. What we're going into is a new season of everything in the United States. And what I want to do right now is address it, clear the air, move the BS out the way, address all the comical stuff, the stuff that don't make no sense, address the mass layoff situation. We know we got everybody walking on eggshells, wondering what's next. Nobody is safe. Tonight, we're going to break down exactly what has happened, what has changed, and why nobody is talking about it. So if you're tired, I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. You're in the right place. Drop a comment. Let me know you hit right here. Hit the follow button, subscribe, comment, watch your eyes. Tell me what you've been doing. And if you still not subscribed, what's wrong with you? Tonight, we're going to hit the real talk, unfiltered, and let's get into the conversation. Let me go ahead and start first by saying this to my people, man, is comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for showing me love like you always do. Thank you for giving in and following your boy through his journey. But let me show you something off the gate, y'all. You know I always give a recommendation to you. Sad read, but tremendous to add to your collection, y'all. If you do not know 100 Years of Lynching, you know the one thing nobody talks about in this country, ladies and gentlemen, is that the people that got lynched, how and why it happened. Some people got lynched for walking across the street. Some people lost because they got in an argument with a white person. Some people just because they didn't want to pay them back what they were owed. You know, I push the knowledge. Not only the knowledge, I'm going to give you active information and things to read to understand. There is a lynching museum in Alabama, I believe. I need to go check for myself this book reference, man. But all the people, the stories, the way they were lynched, the way their whole thing was taken from them, man. That book right there, we definitely need to add that to your library and to your collection. And of course, things I wish my parents would have taught me by your boy. Make sure you add that as well to your collection. What this is a memoir about the 10 years post-graduate at Hampton, man. And I'm talking about what nobody else talk about, y'all. You know, nobody else talks about, in my humble opinion, the emotional maturity, the things that will take for you to go from A to B, the real trial and tribulations you want to experience while in the work world, the problems, the emotional issues, the fights, the squabbles, the emotional stuff, the breakups, the hard up, the going to court, the getting sued, everything. But you still got to act like everything is okay. But most importantly, comment, like, subscribe to the channel, and we're going to chop right into it, man. First things up, Hampton homecoming was a success, man. It felt good to be able to go. You know what I mean? It felt good to be able to afford it. It was one point in time, y'all, when I had to catch the Greyhound bus to go back and forth from Roanoke to Hampton. I had to get on the bus, go there, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and I had to stay in a storage unit over the summer of my sophomore year. The feelings, the mentality of having your phone cut off because you couldn't afford it, losing your job on West, I can't believe the West, I think it was West Mercury Highway because you had no transportation to get there, from having a classroom that you had to walk to get through and eating that nasty ass class for 4 years straight. The inability to actually move off campus because I didn't have the money, I didn't have the financial means because my parents were going through a divorce, my brother was locked up, uncle just died. It is so many emotions that come across me as I felt that way. But it wouldn't feel bad on myself. It was just like, bruh, to deal with all of that at 22 years old, it was a lot, real. And what I got to tell any young brother that's from the struggle, from the trenches, from the project, that's going through anything, mentally is where you fight all your battles first, man. And the first thing I always do is I push reading. And the reason why I push knowledge and I push information is because no one ever tells you that a strong mental man can handle anything. We're always taught about your body, your physically, how you're supposed to look with your money. But at the end of the day, the money ain't going to change and the problems that come to you, bro. The money ain't going to change when you brothers going to the feds. The money ain't going to change when somebody switch up on you, betray you. The money ain't going to change when a girl backdoor you and steal from you. When your brother get locked up for selling dope, you was right there in the trap house. It don't go away from that. You have to be able to handle those type of things. And the only way you can handle those type of things is I always like to tell people to mentally strengthen yourself. And can't nobody do that for you. The only way you can do it is by putting the reps up. The reason why the process of life is the same is because you got to put your reps in. Like I put my reps in every Sunday. You got to put your reps in through reading. You got to put your reps in through conversation. Whatever you got to do to put the reps in mentally to provide and get something for your family, yourself, that's what you have to do. So what that whole point of this live on Sunday, man, is to remind you of that. I'm you, me. We both have the same stories and the same mentality. Nobody changed, man. What changed is how we go about things and how we're entering this world and how we're going into our own level of understanding. So as we begin to chop it up this evening, man, we're going to get vulnerable. We're going to get honest. And we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of everything that we deal with in life. First up, homecoming for Hampton was a dud. Number one, they charging too much, man. Ain't nobody want to tell them, but the fees, the outrageous costs that we got to provide for these venues, man, you are pricing fun out of the conversation. I know section culture is a big thing nationwide. I get it, right? But the other side of section culture and having a sectional classism, whatever you want to call that type of issue, is that you miss the camaraderie. You miss the conversation. You miss just the interaction, man. I don't think people understand you cannot put a dollar amount of just talking to each other. The one thing you learn immediately is that the other adjacent school, Norfolk State, they talk to each other, bro. And that's just something that's embedded in different cultures, where you from. It's not everywhere. I'm not going to put it on everybody or everywhere, right? But you can see it a lot on the barriers and things that we come from. You really can. So that experiment for me just taught me, like, damn, that season of life cannot be replicated, right? Cannot be duplicated. But I also saw in that time, man, is that the college wave is kind of done. For real, it really is, man. Nobody's telling you. You see the droplets, right? And as I even went back to the freshman dorm and got to talk to them, man, they were down a lot of students. And the reason why is price, affordability, of course, right? But also the other reason why is just the wave is done. When you think about it, right? What do young men from high school coming into college have to look forward to? They don't have much, man. And it's kind of crazy that journey to manhood is much more different just 10 years apart. We can blame social media, right? That's the low-hanging fruit. Oh, Instagram, social media killed it. But in actuality, man, it's been hard to motivate a lot of young dudes, man. There is some you can motivate if you have the money, you have the access, you have the women, but it's just an uphill battle. So unless you have internal drive, bro, as a man growing up now, it's a lot of losses you got to experience, bro. And even being there for that weekend, the amount of women to man ratio, it's a problem. And you see it everywhere, right? But especially in that college setting, going around Newport News, Norfolk State, Hampton, I mean, 757, they don't see it as much as I think they do. But I see it a lot more clear, like something's off. There's a huge gap in what recruitment, what things we have available. And even nobody talks about it, it's definitely upcoming. It is, man. So complete transparency. What did I learn? A lot of people didn't go back. I learned that the gap is widening. The longevity that we once had, that we saw coming about, is different. I learned that we are in a recession. I learned that a lot of people are really struggling. I learned that I am blessed more than I think about it, right? I am blessed to be able to travel, go places, eat, do whatever I want. And sometimes I may complain about it, but even me, I had to give a good reminder, Terrell, man. You living okay. And don't you ever forget that. Sit in the bed, go back to those moments is always a good reflection person to you. And I believe that is the best therapy. Push the mental health, right? We need it. I believe it's very important to go through those type of things. I do. But the mental health of your mind and how you work on it, and you going back to those places that you once were and sitting in that bed that you once was and reevaluate what you once did, there's no amount of money that you could pay for that, man. There just isn't, man. There just isn't. So great experience, great lesson, humbling was. And most importantly, man, people that you met in life, remember, it's not about the quantity that you spent with them, man. It's about the quality. I can see you every day, bro, but you might not love me and show love and respect like that buddy that do me hard like he do. You may not have the love and representation like I do, but this right now is way more than most people do. I think that's the biggest thing I judge that by, man, is the value of the relationships. 757 VA, Norfolk, Hampton Roads. I was in that area for 7 years. And it's third home. Roanoke is second. Hampton is, Houston is first because I'm here now. But you began to put the hierarchy and the priority on things. And I have great memories, great lessons, great feelings, but just a lot of things that I tend to take up into my new chapter that we're going to be the honest and go vulnerable with. First lesson of the day, man, we're going to dive into, we're going to go to one of my favorite platforms, man. Let me go ahead and go videos. That's important, right? You know, I try not to get into the bad news and that type of take, but man, I believe it's important to show both sides of it. So this right here, if you do not know, it was a phenomenal young man from Atlanta, Georgia, basketball playing situation, dealing with a woman that he had a child with that was older than him. But this news story, man, that you see is kind of outrageous. I'm going to play it, give my response, then we're going to talk about it. Let's go.
Howard just dropped a bombshell. She says the $1 million Anthony Edwards gave her for child support is gone. Every last dollar. Yep. The Timberwolves star didn't want the drama of monthly payments. So instead of $5,000 a month for 18 years, he just handed her a clean $1 million up front. No strings, no fights. Sounds smart, right? Until now. Aisha claims she invested part of the money into a business venture that failed, and now she's asking for more cash, saying it's for the child's well-being. But fans are not buying it. Because let's do the math. That $1 million was supposed to last nearly 2 decades. That's over $4,600 every month until the kid turns 18. So the real question is, how do you burn through that kind of money in just a few years? People online are furious, saying she treated the child's fund like a startup loan. One commenter put it perfectly. That wasn't seed money, that was diaper money. Meanwhile, Anthony hasn't said a word. But some fans are saying maybe it's time he gets full custody because the mom clearly can't manage the money. No matter how you look at it, this whole situation proves one thing. $1 million might sound like forever, but in the wrong hands, it disappears fast.
You know the one thing nobody talks about, man, out of all things, man, and shout out to Queen Shahrazad Ali that breaks this down all the time. There's a difference between raising a child and maintaining a child. There's a difference between raising a child and maintaining a child. Money will never allow you to raise somebody, man. It won't. Money is a great resource. Money is important. Money is something we need to provide and have for our families to get stability, and I understand that. But having kids, especially, man, is so much more serious, man. I wouldn't rather two people that love, work hard, and provide a middle-class lifestyle that embed love into the child rather than you having money and not taking care of them and on an emotional level. This situation, man, young, bro, what, 23, 24? You have a child by a woman, man, you live a life, you ain't thinking about it. Beautiful young lady, right? But the one thing you learn immediately, as somebody that went through it, family court, child support court, man, is not for no fella, man. This brother is on the front end of his life, developing, growing, and establishing himself. Going through court, man, will put a nasty taste in your mouth no matter how much money you got. He made the right decision. He did. Pay up front, leave it alone. I'm dropping it off to you. Now that investment, that thing has been dropped off and he did what he did, and the mother does what a lot of them do. Let's keep it funky. She's living a lifestyle, living above her means, trying to take care of herself. I get it. But now you have children involved. Now you have other things involved. To put that pressure that now he has to swoop in, take over the child without having none of the dealings, man, as uncomfortable as it is going to say, man, he might got to take time before he does it, man. Because unless he has primary physical custody and she has visitation, it's going to be a lot on the dude, man. Number one, he got to change his lifestyle. Number two, he's young. He travels. He doesn't have his family. His relatives passed away at an early age. To mentally go through that shift, man, is a lot on a young dude. And if you're not mentally ready as a man to sit down and park it and be there with a child, it is a lot to change that, bro. It is. And I know a lot of dudes understand that. I feel like a lot of times, family court put nasty taste in my, I don't give a damn nobody say. Family court, listen, they get in there and they place 100% of responsibility and burden on you. Family court is something I think all men, before you get in a lasting relationship with women, need to go to. You need to go to divorce court, you need to go to family court, and you need to talk to a divorce attorney. You need to. You need to do these things to understand, yo, is this person I'm locked in with, spending time with, marrying with, is it going to be worth the journey? Because that person, if it doesn't go right, man, will forever change your life. And it is no coming back from it. If your life has changed, if everything changes with you, you have to literally pick up the pieces where they are and try to figure them out. And Edwards, I know the pressure is going to be on you to do what you got to do, man. Do what's best for you, bro. I know, man. The father's supposed to do that. I know. The father's supposed to step in. The father. I get it. Ain't nobody gonna tell you, bro, but do what's best for you. F them kids. I know it's gonna say harsh, man. I know it's gonna sound mean. But do what's best for your peace of mind, your peace of priority, whatever you gotta do to reevaluate and get yourself back, bro. Because at the end of the day, they ain't gonna be with you with the kids. They gonna champion, they gonna say this stuff on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. But on your day-to-day lifestyle, by yourself, that's a lot, B. Unless you want to find you someone to build and be with, that's different. But until then, take your time, King. Ignore the fair with the fans. They are not going to be there to build with you, to love with you, to grow with you, to think with you, to develop with you. They're not going to do that, man. They're not. They're not. And as the main course meal tonight, y'all, you know, share the live, comment, like, and subscribe. You know, somebody tweeted this, man, and I studied this a lot while I was out of town. Hip-hop has fell off. Hip-hop has fell to a 30-year low. Hip-hop ain't got as much pull and progress as it once did. Hip-hop ain't hitting the same. Rap has changed. The numbers are different. Yada, 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 man. It's been a 35-year decrease on what music and influences got going on. I thought Kendrick was to reset the culture. I'm going to respond to a video I made earlier this week, and then I'm going to take a deeper dive into this subject.
Numbers are officially out. Let's talk about it. Number one, 2025 has been one of the greatest years in hip-hop. If you don't believe me, I'm going to break it down to you. We've had over 5 classic albums that have dropped in good quality music that has reset the sound. Chance the Rapper, Tory Lanez, The Clips, Mobb Deep, YFN Lucci. All of those albums have had the essential elements on what makes hip-hop great outside of the poppy, trying to be neutral era. Hip-hop, if you do not know, is about journalism. We have had more journalistic albums, journalistic approaches, and real topics that are going on inside the culture drop this year. The reason why I like this is because we are seeing a reset that Dot initially started with the Drake beat. Drake was symbolic of trying to change. The economy is changing.
Let me go ahead and pause the video, man. What I was saying in that video and the rest of it was, man, you know, you have a lot of people going at the Kendrick thing, right? And they're mentioning Dot did this, he killed the sound. What he did in actuality was take the energy, the oxygen, snatch that sound from the corporate structure, right? Hip hop was going through a period where everybody was getting a corporate sound, TikTok sound, energy, get trendy, get the likes, and it went away from its root. The root of hip hop is street journalism. It's 5 elements: graffiti, DJing, b-boy lyricism, and consciousness. This year alone, we have had 5+ projects that have had those elements that have been phenomenal pieces of work. What happened is the not hip-hop fans, the deterioration, the Drake era, the Playboy Cardi, the Travis Scott guys that are not really what hip-hop is because they want the vibes of it, don't understand it. But the hip-hop elements this year have been phenomenal. The projects, the lyricism, the albums, the artwork, the artistry, the interviews, this year alone has been outstanding. What has went away is the corporate push, the corporate gravitas on the genre. The Drake colonization sound on the genre is what has went away. The non-real hip-hop fans trying to infiltrate the space saying that what it's supposed to be is what's going away. But as far as the music, the artistry, the Black Americans that have really been in the booth tapped in, the Clips, the Tories, the Chance the Rapper, the YFN Lucci's, the Mobb Deeps, the Ray, they have had a phenomenal list of albums that have dropped this year. Look up your 2025 albums on hip hop on iTunes. I don't know what any of them talking about, y'all. The music has been awesome. You know what else has been awesome? The antics have went away. The antics, the sounds, the catchy tunes, the stupid stuff that you used to have to do, the heart, the controversial takes, the going at people. What it has had to do, y'all, is that the sound has had to be different. That sound. that artistry, that in the booth actually working, the street idolatry, the storytelling, the real life anthems, the Tory telling his take on what's happening from prison, the YFL Lucci's telling us what happened as he getting out of there beating a RICO case, the third post-release RICO album when he had an interview where he spoke about going through a traumatic situation. Hip-hop has been amazing. Hip-hop this year in 2025 has been outstanding. I know the big census among the non-hip-hop people is it's finished. No, it's not finished. It's reborn. It's rebirthing. The talents, the people that really have an artistry take in music, those are the people that forefront. Everybody else, they wash out the building. But the artistry, the talent level, the selling tickets, the people that have a story to tell, those are the people that's winning. Look at YP. Let me go on and talk about NBA Youngboy right quick. NBA Youngboy is a perfect microcosm of hip hop. He's never had a push like Drake. You don't even hear him on the radio. But what you know is the brother has pain music. He talks about what he went through. He stands on the stories and talks about going through drugs, going through traumatic situations, being shot at, being humiliated. He made it emotional to tell his songs. As much as we don't want to hear it, y'all, he is pain music. He talks about it. We had the hustle era, the pain era, the drug era, but now we have the NBA and Rod Wave. It talks about the pain. It talks about being cheated on. It talks about having multiple baby mamas and being led wrong. It talks about how he wasn't taught right and how he wasn't stand up on it. That's what we in now. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that point, man. Oh, NBA, he whack. He ain't my taste of music. So he's not my taste neither. He ain't mainly who I like. But as far as the youngins, the people that ride with him, that stand behind what he's going with, his messaging, you can't deny it. You just hating. All Dot got more influence. Dot is better musically, 100%. But impact, people that look like him, shows that are crying about him, Dot ain't got that, man. Let's get it funky. He doesn't. And it's no shade. But your guys have to wake up, touch grass, and read the news. This ain't what I'm thinking. I'm telling you what I see. Everybody has a biased opinion and they try to tell you what needs to happen. No. I'm just reporting what's outside, what you see, what's at the shows, what's going on currently. You can say whatever you want to say. You can have your opinion, you can have your thoughts, you can have your ideas, you can say this was no. We haven't seen this before. We haven't. Wayne wasn't this big. Wayne didn't have as much gravitas to have niggas look like him. Wayne had to sound like him. Wayne had the impact. But when did Wayne go to shows, we sold it out like that? When did Wayne have artists perform and put so many people on the stage where he blew them up? He was great, but he aged poorly. Now, we have to see how Youngboy ages through his development. But what I'm seeing right now from the fella, how he's growing, how he's developing, man, all you got to do is salute this era. And I want you to remember something. He is an epitome on the talent, not the antics. I ain't heard him talk. I don't think I've ever seen an interview from him. I don't know. It's just not me, y'all. But I respect the artistry of it. That's what Kendrick did. He removed all that. The artistry of the song and the music is the forefront. That's why all those artists that was popping 3 or 4 years ago, if the talent ain't there, ain't popping no more. What's Sexy Red at? Where the trendy people at? Where the mumble rappers at? Where everybody that was doing that certain sound? Where they at now? NBA been out for almost a decade. Artistry, pure talent. That is what's going to take over the next hip-hop era. And you ain't got to believe it, but the corporate push, the small markets that's going to take over, that's what it's referring back to. The corporate sound is all about profit, y'all. And corporations are dying because of things they don't need. So what we are seeing now is reverting back to the original sound and journalism aspects. That's why they don't hit no more. And that's why the culture has changed in real time. Next up, story right here kind of hit me deep, man. But I gotta find it, bro, because I don't know if y'all know about the one pastor guy. You know what I'm saying? What it do, Mike? The one pastor guy, man. I'm glad my boy Mike chopped it up and came in for this one, man. I gotta do your intro, Mike, before I go into this next topic, man. Go ahead. Thing.
Mikey McCall got the fresh cut, looking good. What's up? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday for my dog, man. And Mike, I know you are my spiritual advisor on this channel. Mike is more tapped in, Mike. And I gotta get your honest feedback, dog. I was appalled before I go, but I'm gonna let my dog Mike see and respond accordingly. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Roberta McCoy, giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
I, Roberta McCoy, giving faith.
Mike,
Oh,
Pastor said 1,200 wasn't good enough.
well, I'm very familiar with the
Talk
story
to me.
because I looked it up because I was appalled at first. So they're not showing the whole video, but it doesn't matter to me, right? So they saying the whole story is he made an announcement. There were certain lines that you were supposed to get in. I'm giving 2,000. I'm giving 1,000 plus. Yada da da da. Certain like lines that you're supposed to get in and come up and give accordingly. So they were saying that the video doesn't show that he explained you were like, we got certain lines. Okay, cool. But my thing is the public chastising, right? Because it just looks awful whether she was in the right line, wrong line, and she had $1,200 to give. That should have been good enough, and you should have just said, "Thank you, sister. You didn't follow you." But like, why are you saying you didn't follow the directions that I gave you? This is 1,200. Like, it just perception is reality, and we perceive that to be crazy because we don't know the whole story. But even to me, to say that at all is crazy. You should have just said thank you, sister, and kept it moving. And then you wouldn't have had a PR scandal, right? We need to stop holding ourselves in positions that we're mightier than thou. You know what I'm saying?
For me, Mike, as not as spiritually strong as my dog Mike has definitely been in it. I was shocked that you even asking for that amount of money, Mike, in the economic times we in. I'm keeping it funky, Mike. For you to even ask for that amount of money from your constituents, Mike, knowing that it is hardship out here, when y'all should be giving that. You know what I'm saying, Mike? Like, you are accepting that right now, brother. You know that lady on the fixed income, Mike. Look at her. You know she
Man,
ain't got it, Mike.
I say this: there should never be a stipulation on the amount to give, right? Because
Mm.
household is different. Everybody's 10% is gonna look different. God only asked for 10%. Terrell's 10% may look different than my 10%, and the dollar value amount will be different. We should stop asking for if anybody got $2,000, come on and bring it to the Lord. No, bring what you in your heart to give, and that should always be it. Only you and God know if it's 10% of what you got going on, and that's how we should
And
keep it. And I know we had these and things that we're trying to accomplish in the church, but I think we getting farther and further and further and further away from what it is that we supposed to be doing as believers of the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
100% agree, Mike. 100% agree. And this is another pastor, Mike, post this conversation, and I'm gonna let him speak on something, Mike. And it hit me deep. But I love these conversations. You know how we do.
Pastors that preach tithes and offering to y'all church as a commandment to the church, bring the tithes into the storehouse that there might be meat in my house. Y'all on deck right now. The government shut down. It's time to go into the storehouse. All of my life, I heard about these storehouses that the people give into. But now we're in a time to go into the storehouse and help God's people. It's time for the church to have faith and help the ones who've been faithful to their churches. No, Pastor, it ain't time to send them to crisis. It ain't time to send them downtown. It's not time to send them to the government. It's not time to send them to public assistance. They've been given into a storehouse, and it is time for them to reap from the harvest of the storehouse that they've been given into. Ain't it crazy that people have been faithful to these churches, faithful to these pastors, faithful to these pastor anniversaries, faithful to all these pledges and New Year's givings and all of this stuff. And now that we're in a time of need and a government shutdown, we have these same pastors talking about we really gotta pray. We really gotta depend on the Lord. And then when you do want to help the people, you give them all this third degree, you give them all this paperwork, and how much do you make, and do you really have enough, and do you really need it? But you don't put them through all that type of rigmarole when it's time to take their money, do you? Now, when it comes to the church helping the community, that's grace, that's mercy, that's benevolence. Because the truth of the matter is the community has not supported the church in decades. The community don't support the church. The community supports the weed man. The community supports the liquor store. The community supports the scratch house and the Powerball. The community supports the beauty supply store. That's what the community supports. So when it comes to the greater community, we might do that by grace or by mercy or by benevolence. But when it comes to your church members, that's their right. Make sure in this time where the government is shut down or whatever the case may be, the church stands up for you. And if you're in need and you've been faithful to a ministry and they giving you all this rigmarole just to be helpful to you, go ahead and leave that place, because that's not a person who cares about your soul. You pastors that preach time.
My dog is a spirit that, hey, Mike, he said a lot of good things. It's real, man. Like, we don't have, even Mike going to church with my mom, Dukes, it was eye-opening, the age gaps, Mike. There was nobody under 40 in there. And she's dedicated, Mike. Shout out to mom for rededicating her life, getting her mind right. But I saw firsthand, like, damn, the church really dead.
Right.
It really ain't nobody in here.
I 100% agree with what he's saying, though. 100. Because how many parking lot funds and revivals, and how many times have we opened our pocketbooks and our purses and our wallets for the church and to give our due diligence to God? So those pastors should be providing assistance to the members that need. It's the obligation. They, like that man said, they have poured blessings into the churches now. And I pray that the churches that you have poured your blessings into, tithes, offerings, time, and talents, that they were good stewards of your financial blessings.
That's a whole different conversation right there, Mike. You going deep right there.
Who you got to know who on your church board and who's the treasurer and trustees and the people that are responsible for the finances of the church, and they need to be audited. Make sure they're doing what's right with your money.
Well, Mike, I didn't even know that you had to fill out a report and ask for money. What the hell? What the money going to? If I gotta ask if I'm in need, what do you mean I gotta fill out a financial? Mike, I ain't know nothing about what. I thought you could just come in and get something back. I didn't know that you had to fill out a financial. What? I ain't know none of that, Mike. That blew my mind right there.
I mean, but I understand that you gotta fill out paperwork because you gotta understand that church is a business, right?
Right.
I would only imagine that you have to fill out, but we shouldn't be putting people jumping through hoops and things of that nature. If somebody goodwill says that they need, you have to trust that person. And yes, somebody may be trying to scam or flim flam, but that's between God. Because if you stealing from the Lord, you got bigger problems. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we should just, hey, honor code. If you don't, and if you going against that, then you got a different problem because you're stealing from God. Like, that's crazy.
I agree, Mike. I think the biggest thing for me too, Mike, is how big the lack of how it's adopted with the new age. I've been shocked by that. But I will say we've had a lot of powerful moments in our lifetime that has opened up the church's issues, the inability to adjust problems, Mike. The Charlie Kirk situation, Mike, like you said, the real issue of real race issues, Mike, real problems that black folks dealing with, they don't address it. So to me, it's just you're getting the fruits of your labor, because when you had a chance to put your fork in the sand, Mike, and say, no, we riding with y'all. Trayvon Martin Dime was messed up. We ain't hear none of that, Mike. Who was beating their chest saying that, Mike? And that's Mike, I didn't know Trayvon died 15 years ago, Mike. Think about that, Mike. That's crazy when you think about that out loud, Mike.
10 years and we still have no justice.
Still, Mike. And ain't nobody beat their chest about it, Mike.
10 years and George Zimmerman still walking around here cool, untouched.
Mike, and nobody beat their chest about it. Remember that, Mike? Remember, we was young, Mike, when that happened. Didn't know church. Who beat their chest and made it law, Mike? What church leader, Mike, has spoken on reparations? What church leader spoke on an anti-black crime bill? So like I said, all these problems that we see happen, man, are institutions that were once strong back civil rights era, Mike. They stood on business. You know that. Church stood on business. Martin Luther King and them all came out of it. But now, you don't see it, man. So like I said, Mike, just seeing that video is sad. But I mean, it's just the fruits of your labor and things we see produced, Mike. I'm gonna tell you what else is crazy, Mike, of the fruits of your labor. I don't know if you remember this lady, Mike. The brick lady, Mike.
If boy, you ain't,
I'm gonna play it, Mike. She didn't got time, Mike, and I'm gonna let you hear about it before you give your opinion. You ready?
On GoFundMe is now being charged with theft by deception.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Rhoda Osmond told cops that she was hit in the face with a brick outside a Houston club after she refused to give out her phone number. But footage capturing the incident does not support Rhoda's report, according to charging documents. And cops say a similar GoFundMe was created in 2020, where she claimed to be assaulted with no reports on record. GoFundMe told an NBC affiliate that the fundraiser has been removed from their platform, and Rhoda has been banned from creating future fundraisers.
Mike, what they are saying, let's go ahead and get the charges pulled up, Mike, for my dog. They spun the block on her, Mike, and I'm gonna let my dog Mike see the charges, because what we don't talk about, Mike, is that shout out to the lady Daphne that nobody else is talking about, Mike, what she said. This is present day Emmett Till, Mike. When you make an accusation against a black man and it's false, what's the difference? And Mike, her charges read, she was found guilty, Mike, 90 days in prison, inpatient substance abuse treatment center, must pay the full restitution of $42,000, 10 years of probation, 10 years of social media ban, Mike. And if she gets on social media, Mike, she'll do 10 years in prison, Mike.
Wow.
People were saying it's severe, Mike. People were saying it's outlandish. What's your thoughts on the family?
She should have got more time. She should have got I would have rather her had less probation and more actual time behind bars. Because you lied on somebody and you defrauded people who actually felt sorry for you, and you used that money to do whatever it is that you wanted to do. Being that you lied and got caught in a lie, I do believe you should do more than 90 days. But I would say this, 10 years of probation is mad wow. Because the rules of probation, a lot of people don't understand, if you break any of those rules at any time, by accident, on purpose, not knowing, negligence, you will spend that time that they have allotted for you in prison.
I agree, Mike. I agree. Before I give my take on it, Mike, I want to show one more video of people forget, Mike, how candid people were about this subject, Mike. We were the first ones that were saying, man, this is crazy. Now it can't be real. But let's not forget the brothers that camped for this, Mike. Remember this guy. He's a popular guy, Mike. But let's play it.
And then this really the part that had me scratching my ass. TikTokers provide police information on Osmond false claims past alleged scams. During the investigation, detectives said they received call from Daphne Sutton, a mental health advocate and blogger on TikTok, who believed Osmond was conducting a scam because similar situation happened in Minneapolis in 2020. Daphne Sutton, the queen of accountability that literally made about 30, you know what I'm saying? It's exaggeration. I say probably like 10 to 15 different Twitter videos about her calling Houston law enforcement and saying, hey, Ro, yeah, she's scamming. Queen of
That brother, man, on live, Mike gotta apologize to Daphne for real. Because while you was camping, dropping her name, putting out what she did, she was right, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad part is people don't think that's a big deal, Mike, to lie on somebody like that.
Right. As loud as your accusations was, your brother.
Straight up, Mike. And for me, Mike, it reads more, man, like that lady lied on brother Mike. That dude could have gotten jail time.
Mm-hmm.
You scam people out of money, Mike. 40 racks.
White collar crime, send her away.
What? Mike, and the thing is, Mike, people don't like to say it. A false accusation needs to be treated harshly.
It does, because think about Jonathan Majors, right? We talk about it all this time. Can he get the back that he could have had with the Marvel? Yeah, the Marvel movies coming out, but that stain of accusation is still on him, and he lost tremendous. Like, the amount that he lost cannot be calculated. Just in
Mike, I don't even think people understand that, Mike. Keep cooking.
just in sweat equity, right? He will never be able to work the same as he did before that accusation. They're trying to make it better, but it's already, like, when things like that happen, it's already done. Like, it's over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't take back how people feel about you in that moment, because even if it's fake, the feelings have already surpassed and existed, but you can't take that moment back that people hated you in that moment, and some people may still hate you no matter the outcome. We could come back today and say, nope, none of that never happened, and this man will still not get jobs because of what he, quote unquote, may have done.
And for me, Mike, and you right 100%. You don't even think about when you make that accusation in that time, Mike. Did he lose his wife, his
Right,
job, his career?
right,
You put the brother's information out there, and everybody that said that she was wrong, you got to be talking about that. I
right.
think you should be able to sue people like that, Mike, for saying that type of stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
really do. I really do, man. Because y'all changed that brother, whoever it was, life by saying she was wrong. And to find out, Mike, she did it before. And
Mm-hmm.
the only lady that stuck up for brother saying, no, she lying. Y'all doxing her and put her information out there. It's crazy. I do believe our laws have to catch up to these false allegations, Mike. And anti-black crimes might need to be spoken of. Because all of this is demonizing black men, Mike. People don't want to say it. The
I feel
big spooky black man, Mike. He's dangerous. He's violent.
I feel that this, right? I feel it should work this way. Whatever it is that you accuse that person of, and whatever the time that that person was gonna get if convicted of that crime, if you made a false accusation, you now take on that time that they were gonna get.
So
Point
you
blank,
won't
period.
reap what you sow. Mike is on you reap what you sow type of time.
No trial. Well, I mean, you have to have a trial. You have to have a trial, but, like, these are your charges now. Like, you made accusations, and this is the time that you, like, say somebody was gonna serve 25 to life, and come and find out you lied. Now you have to serve 25 to life. Eye for eye.
Eye for an eye. I got you. Mike is not lying. And speaking on that, Mike, why that hit so hard, leading into our next subject, Mike. Speaking on what you said, I want you to diagnose the same thing, Mike, with our sister Monique. She was recently on the 85 show, Mike, and brought up Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey again. But when she brought this example out, ladies and gentlemen, it hit differently. Take a listen.
Say Monique hard to work with.
Well, for the people that said I'm hard to work with, they've not worked with me.
Exactly.
So I can't even entertain it.
Understood.
Because they've not worked with me. But when you have a man named Tyler Perry saying she's difficult to work with, and you've never worked with me, and that cost me 12 years of my career. So when people say, Monique, let that go, I'll ask you, because you know the streets. If somebody cost a man $2,000 for lying on him in the streets, what happens?
You come and see.
Okay, that's 2,000. Now let's say 20,000. What happens?
Ooh. Ain't no 10.
Huh?
Ain't no 10.
Somebody that's
Okay.
That's
Gonna be a fish fry.
Yeah.
So now let's say
Somebody might have to sell some plates.
and 50,000.
That's what you gotta say. You gotta put it in God's hand.
Okay.
And you with 2
I'm gonna
million.
keep going up
Right.
because I'm making a point.
Understood.
So now let's say that lie cost you $2 million. Now let's say that lie cost you between $24 and $36 million. Do you let it go? I'm asking you.
No, ma'am.
Do you let it go? Do you let it go? So why ever would I let that go? Why ever would I not talk about it every opportunity I get? Because you've cost my family that money. And what happens is we get so afraid of power that we're too afraid to say what's real. I've sat in front of brothers and sisters who will say off camera, that shit was wrong. But the moment the camera comes on, I don't really know if I want to say this because we get afraid of what will be taken from me. What'll happen to me? I keep saying it out loud because I know there's sisters that came before me that are no longer here, that they couldn't say it because they were too afraid to say, that one cost me. That one did this. That one did that. I'm going to stand for each one of those sisters and for the ones that ain't even here yet until they make it right. I'm unapologetic about that. I'm unapologetic about saying you've got to make it right because that's why our community keeps getting treated the way it gets treated. Because we've been told from slavery, let it go. You don't want to upset them. I don't give a goddamn who's upset. I don't give a goddamn who's tired of hearing it. I'm going to keep saying it until that black man and that black woman and Lionsgate makes this right because you cost my family generational money. For the other people that's cowardly and say, I would just let it go. That's your business. My business says never let it go. And that's a part of entertainment. So I appreciate you saying, hey, mama, we brought you here to show you love. This is a part of it. This is a part of it for the next black woman that says, I won't be quiet. Because if I keep being quiet, it lets the next black woman get her ass kicked.
Mike, she gave a word right there, family. She gave a word.
And Tyler Perry, with his billions of dollars, bro, you got to make Monique whole because she is right. How many millions could she have? She was hot. She was on fire. She was coming back. How many millions did she miss out on? How many opportunities behind closed doors? How many opportunities do we know that somebody wanted her for something and then as soon as Tyler Perry said she's hard to work with? That's a blackball situation.
Well, Mike, I want to let's just not blame. It's Tyler Perry and Oprah, Mike.
And
so we name both, Mike.
Yeah, Tyler Perry, Oprah, and it's crazy to me to have never worked with somebody and just having word of mouth from whoever it is that said that to you, and it carried on. I feel like she should be able to sue you. You should be able to reap. She should be able to reap the benefits of whatever that she lost and take any measure she has to recoup those funds because we don't understand or know or fathom how much money was really taken off her plate.
Facts, Mike. I love the analogy she gave, Mike. 200,000 on the street, Mike. What?
Right. You
Mike, she cooked with that one. Mike, 2,000 on the street, Mike. I'm pulling up.
Dealt with.
Mike, you pull. Mike, somebody owe you 2 racks. Mike is pulling up right now.
Bro, somebody owe me $100. I'm pulling up, bro, because it's the principle. It's always the principle. And to go even further, right? Think about how long she been on this hill she's gonna die on. And she has to die on this hill because we have not seen her perform her craft in years.
Well, the
Yeah,
biggest thing that hit me, Mike, that she got over everybody is I ain't gonna be scared to say it. And
yes,
they right, you gotta publicly address it. Oprah, who you put on to help since you did all that? Y'all get
right.
Monique dirty, and Oprah, all you do is talk about black men, Mike. Let's keep it honest. That's
And
what
Tyler,
Oprah.
apologize. But if you apologize, bro, go ahead. She need her reparations. Cut the check, Terrell. Cut the check.
Facts, Mike. And Mike, I always listen to in before we get going, Mike. Shout out to Jason Black. You know who the queen of the gender wars is, Mike? That messed me up that nobody says, Mike?
No,
Oprah.
true. Dang.
She started it, Mike. He put Mike, a little bit older than us, Mike, always pay attention. Who you think started this 50-50 conversation, Mike? Where was this 40 years ago, Mike?
True.
Where was this? I don't need no man. We forget that Oprah started that, Mike. Oprah put that in the lexicon, Mike. I'm single. I don't need no man.
Post statement.
Mike, I was like, damn. But when you think about it, Mike, she was on TV heavy. She was being pushed heavy. Her narrative was all out. There was no feminist rhetoric before Oprah, Mike. She is the godfather of that sound. I'm not going 50-50 with no man. A man gonna have to come to me complete. Oprah was saying that in the 80s, Mike. I didn't even know that. She started saying that in the 80s, Mike. I need a man that's complete. I don't want no Bill DeBoo. I said, damn.
Influenced a generation. Oh,
Yes, Mike. But Mike, we don't label her with that. We don't throw it on her with that. She kind of skates by.
because she's so professional.
Yes. But Mike, we really got to start like Monique said. And it's true. Like Tyler ain't got no good images for brothers, Mike. Everybody gay or doing something crazy. Mike,
Right.
he ain't put nothing out good. Every film, Mike, man, is bad.
I'm about to lay something on you. I'm about to lay something on you that's gonna blow your mind. Tyler Perry single-handedly made the black church okay with a man wearing a dress.
Mike, you got to repeat that again, family.
You got to think about it clearly. What I'm saying, family.
Go ahead.
Single-handedly made the black church okay with the man in a dress. Single-handedly made the black church okay with trans, because that's what it is.
Mike, that is a bar right there, dog.
Cross-dressing and doing things that they stand against, right? If you
Man,
thinking about it from a Christian point of view, which that's where I'm coming from. So all you haters, you can say whatever you want. I'm coming from it from strictly the lexicon of being religious, right?
all facts here, Mike. No chaser. All facts.
Tyler Perry has single-handedly made the black church okay with a man in a dress.
Wow, Mike. You're right.
Think about everything the black church stand on. Think about everything that the black church preaches, teaches, and wants us to understand. We
Do
let
you
Tyler
think he is weak in the church, Mike, since he's been around? You going deep.
100%. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Man, go ahead, Mike.
Tell you why, because it started with the stage plays, right? And it was
Right.
like,
The older crowd, right.
I gotta see Medea's a nigga in a dress acting crazy, acting like Big Mama, right? That's that's why he was able to single-handedly destroy that thought process in the black church. Because it's Big Mama. We all love Big Mama. We all got a grandma that act crazy and everybody love a ghetto ratchet, anything, right? But dog, he could have did all that shit as a granddad.
Mm. Mm. All right, Mike, that's a bar, fam. So what you're saying, Mike, is Obama, Oprah, and Tyler Perry have been our biggest ops. That's what I'm hearing from you, fam.
Bro, Tyler Perry is definitely, and I don't care if I don't ever get famous. I don't care if this bites me. Tyler Perry single-handedly infiltrated the black church and destroyed it with the images of a man in a dress. I will keep saying it. I will keep saying it because who was going to the plays? black
Women,
church,
right? Right.
black
Church people made it pop.
who was supporting his plays the most? Black church people. We love Medea. Even when he said he wasn't gonna do Medea no more and not wear the dress no more, niggas begged him to put the dress back on. He playing a nigga in the movies now. Like niggas still like, no, you need to be Medea. And why were we ever cool with this nigga wearing a dress, bro? And I
Mm.
and I'm an ally to the LGBTQ community. However,
Yeah, you ain't speaking against that. You
I'm
ain't.
religious lexicon. Tyler Perry single-handedly ruined that.
Wow.
He went on where they stood with that type of behavior.
Mike,
And
I can't even touch that one. You cooked on that one.
bro, and I begged somebody to prove me wrong.
Can't nobody prove you wrong, Mike.
Mm-mm.
That's an original thought, brother. Can't nobody prove you wrong. I mean, you can't even challenge it. It's kind of like facts. It's one of those things where you like, no, Mike got a goddamn. You right, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, just hearing that Medea take on that and hearing how controversial it is, Mike, and hearing people say comments like that is just like, bro, y'all, we can't go against it, y'all. Like, she right. You make me lose that amount of money, Mike, and you out here living life and ain't paid up nothing.
Yeah, and you good too. You super good. Like you super.
And your name still ain't Mud, Mike. Oprah's name ain't Mud. Tyler, she right. And Mike,
She,
you know she ain't the only victim.
bro, but she has to say something all the time because, bro, she was done dirty. And the saddest part about it is she got that stereotype and that classification, and they never worked with her.
Never. Which
Never with
makes it even worse, Mike. I agree, Mike.
that I experienced, and that's how crazy like the rumor mill and like the grapevine is, and word of mouth is that somebody spoke on somebody. This is why we say in religion the tongue is a powerful thing, and there's life and death in the tongue. They committed murder verbally on her career. She
Man,
can
that's
never.
powerful.
And think about it. He's apologized for it, but what is an apology without monetary rectification?
No, I agree. I agree. I agree. That's why we say cut the check, Mike. We don't want no symbolic. We own that way.
Yeah.
And the reason why you got to press it so hard, Mike, love it, man, is that we are seeing ramification in real time, Mike. And I'm
Mhm.
gonna switch the pivot, Mike, to our next one tonight. The holidays don't hit the same, Mike, because everybody getting laid the fuck out.
Man, we
Mike,
ain't got money for nothing.
Mike, I mean, we were taught, Mike, go to school, get with some of these career paths, Mike. Everything is gonna be safe. I'm gonna read down these companies, Mike, and let you hear. UPS 48,000, Amazon 30, Intel 24,000, Nestle 16,000, Accenture 11,000, Ford 11,000, Novia 9,000, Microsoft 7,000, PwC 5,600, Salesforce 4,000, Paramount 2,000, Target 1,800, Kroger 1,000, Applied Markets 1,400, Meta, which is Facebook 600. Mike, we talk about white collar jobs, going to college, getting a career. How the hell this gonna work, Mike, when they lay people off left and right?
People need to go into tech immediately. You need to find a job. My recommendation for the community is find a job that a robot cannot do. Find a job that AI cannot do. AI can be in the warehouse and AI can do the job of the people in the warehouse, but you still need somebody to run the warehouse.
Facts.
Somebody needs to be able to code the AI. Somebody needs to be able to code the robots. Do start doing those things. Traditional working blue collar labor force jobs. If a robot can do it, you're done for. And I'm seeing it in real time. I'm sounding the alarm. It's happening, right? So
Right.
I urge you, learn a skill, learn a trade. Some of these trades like shipyards or welding or anything that has to do with your hands, some of those will be safe for sure. But do something that somebody can't live without and that will make you rich.
I agree, Mike. I think it's a wake up call, Mike, and I bring that back, Mike, to what I was saying when I went to homecoming. It was light, Mike, and it was light, Mike, because the economy, right? But also, Mike, as I went there, Mike, and seeing the 12 and 2s and all that, Mike, it was a lot more girls than young boys. We are not sounding the alarm enough, Mike. I'm seeing it in real time, Mike. You know, I know my dog Mike was busy, he couldn't make it. But being out there, Mike, you can see in real time, like the college shift is happening before our eyes. I went to James Hall, Mike, on a freshman dorm, right? Occupancy for freshmen, you know what it was this year, Mike? Freshman males, 35%.
Wow, so that means a dormitory as big as James Hall has empty floors.
Yes.
When we went to college, bro, the whole dormitory was full. And I want to say this to the people too. You need to recognize the signs that we in the United States are in a recession. No
For
matter
sure.
what the
For sure.
have to think about the situation we're in. The government has been shut down for over 26 days. This is the longest that the government has been shut down, and no one seems to care that nothing is going on. Like, we don't hear about other countries' governments shutting down. We don't hear about people not being able to agree, so they shut down the country. That's crazy work. Look at what's going on around you. The dollar is not worth anything. We keep printing it. We keep printing it and printing it and printing it and printing it and printing it. We are going to be in a global loss. And I'm going to tell you why all these companies are firing these people. These tariffs that Trump is putting on other companies are creating an economic war that you people need to wake up and understand what is going on. They are devaluing the dollar so they can bring a one world currency. People are already partnering together to form currencies that we have never heard before. Crypto is tanking. The world as we know it is falling apart around us, and we so busy doing TikTok dances and being entertained.
Well, I tell people all the time, Mike, the real world we see it as you know it, Mike, it's already changed, Mike. We already, if you are not aware of having these conversations like we do every week, Mike, or staying aware of these subjects, you are already in trouble. You in trouble. The whole travel, like I said, Mike, being out the homecoming, hearing 35% occupancy, hearing that, Mike, and seeing it, and seeing the people just there, Mike, I don't even think people understood it while they were there. Like, damn, it's different.
Look up and the shit be gone.
Mike, Mike, I don't predict. I'm Mike, 20 years, 35% now. Mike, where would it be at 20 years? Another 10.
10 years, it'll be way lower.
And Mike, the average cost of tuition, not this point in Hampton, Mike, is $63,000 a year. What?
Too expensive.
Mike, it's just people don't even understand. Like, it's like, ooh, like, you know what I mean, Mike? And seeing that at our level, Mike, we're supposed to be the higher, higher earning Black Americans. Like, what the lower levels looking like, Mike?
Non-existent.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was over here like this, like you said, Mike, seeing in real time. Like, people don't even understand. Like, I couldn't even believe when they told me them numbers, Mike. I was blown away. But like you said, the layoffs, the change in curriculum, the change in jobs, it's like, oh shit, it's bad right now.
Bro, the SNAP benefits, right? When has any government stopped taking care of people that need it?
Mike, they don't want it. You know what people don't want to hear, Mike, that I've been telling everybody, Mike? They're trying to go back to our grandmother's generation, Mike. Remember, back in the day, there was no SNAP, Mike.
Right.
You had to rely on granddaddy. You don't think they wanted to happen?
You either poor or you working. That's
Mike, they are trying to get back to that. They are slowly creeping that in. You know how everybody used to chill? I ain't gonna never be like grandma and granddaddy. Shit, let it get back the way it was.
Right.
Because they slipped it in there, Mike. They are sliding that bad boy in there. Mike is pointing the alarm. You all right, Mike. But people don't understand. Prior to the New Deal, the Civil Rights era was such a big deal for all Americans. People don't realize that. We look at the Civil Rights generation as they just integrated the schools. No, they got the food program, the WIC, the SNAP benefits, the Section 8. We got to understand, white people attack that. Not just them, Mike, the whole mentality. It's going to be an attack on the poor.
But yeah, what people fail to realize too, which people are not intelligent enough to understand, that black people are not the ones that benefit
Yes.
most
Yes, Mike. Yes.
from SNAP, EBT, welfare. The most is two different cultures. One is white people.
Yes. Yes.
Jewish people in New York make a large percentage of the people on welfare, EBT, SNAP, and those type of benefits. It's not black people at all. Wake up! It's white people taking advantage of. Look at Brett Favre, nigga. Like,
I,
Brett
but
Favre.
Mike, I go deeper than that, Mike. We got to understand this, Mike. You're right. They want to get their women back in line too. Mike, Oprah influenced their women.
Yeah.
As much as we have these conversations among us, Mike, you know how many white women say they don't need no man, they single and independent, Mike?
Right.
You know how many of them bump their chest now? I'm an independent. They have the same conversations, Mike. They
Right.
are actively, Mike. I've met white guys actively tell me we need to get everybody back in line.
Damn.
So as much as we had those conversations, Mike, about the abortion thing, the food, all that stuff is going to change because there is a family problem in this country, Mike.
I want people to understand that the government is starting to take a little bit too much control, and we need to wake up.
Yes.
And when the government takes too much control, what do? And Terrell, I'm letting you know now, if I disappear off the face of the earth, you better ride for me, nigga. Cause I'm about to say it is time to it's time it's been time to for the revolution to start. Y'all are laying back and letting this happen, and it before you know it, we're gonna be back in them times where we gonna be just like China, just like all those other countries where we can't do, say, and be free.
Mike, I think we're there now. I think it's the internet gives the cause that we can say something, but Mike, I think the internet makes it less safe to say something.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it less safe to have intellectual conversation. It makes it less safe to have people talk about stuff, Mike. Have you ever
And
tried to talk politics to somebody, Mike? They scared to talk about
man, I would say this though, and speaking of Trump, y'all gotta understand the who builds a ballroom, who doesn't plan to stay, right? He's on borrowed time. This is only 9 months within to his presidency, and he has 3 years left, quote unquote. Why build? No one has ever touched the structure of the White House ever before, and so somebody has touched the structure of the White House, and he only has 3 years left. Why would you touch the structure of the White House and you're not going to be there to enjoy it?
it. Mike,
Make
he gonna be there to enjoy it, like you said.
make it make sense. Y'all need to see the writing on the wall. The world as we know it is transforming fast every single day, and either you're gonna be with it or you're gonna be left behind. But you have to be astute, vigilant, and head on the swivel, y'all. It's crazy time.
I agree with you, Mike. I think all these conversations, these topics need to be had because, again, Mike, it's all fun, it's good vibes. Let's travel, let's live. But people don't realize that the world has changed. Like you said, Mike, these real life conversations, these real honest conversations are not being had about coming together, Mike. And like you said, they are forcing families again, y'all. The reason why these programs are being modified is because they are trying to empower men. They are trying to de-incentivize that whole reliance that you could do everything because in actuality, Mike, you're not doing anything by yourself, Mike.
Mm-mm.
The government is helping you and subsidizing. So what happens when you remove that government subsidies? Will you have as much money?
No.
Will you be able to feed your children, Mike, without a man there?
Inflation,
Mike. All those things. Can you afford your rent? Can you afford your gas? Back in the day, you needed, just like right now, Mike, we still need a partner up. You still need somebody. So that whole illusion, Mike, we'll see what it's going to be like in real time because it's scary. Because the one thing nobody talking about, Mike, I ain't seen no holiday season commercials, you, Mike. It's been quiet. The holiday season.
You there, T? I don't know what happened. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, fam. I can hear you. The video went away. You good.
I don't know why. Hold
It's
on.
all right. It's all right. So all that holiday season ad, y'all, it's been slow motion out here. I don't know if people are noticing, heavy man, but like it's been slowing down. The ads, the deals, the holiday. Why the holidays don't hit anymore is because economically we're in a different space. That's what it is. You can log out, log back in, Mike.
All right.
So economically, we in a different space. That's the biggest difference. The biggest difference is people don't have the money and the resources that they once had. The biggest difference is that we are limited. And it sounds scary, but in actuality, we just got to be able to talk about it, man. And we got to be able to have these intellectual conversations, y'all, because we don't realize how much we're being affected in real time, bro. We just don't. You good, Mike? You back. And like I said, it's being pushed away that we don't understand. Like, bro, it's real out here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we have classes of American citizens that are going out, Mike. And like one of our biggest points, you know, like Mike said, man, when you think about stuff like that, Mike, I'm gonna summarize a video. I'm gonna try to find it for us, Mike, that we get to see those type of things, Mike, and it's real. Mike, I'm gonna show you something funny that we did get to touch into this week, Mike. We gotta touch this one, Mike. Did you know October was UK Black History Month, Mike?
Oh, what? What is that?
That Mike, did you know it was where was the facts, Mike? Where was the info? They stay, Mike, they stay in our business. I want to know. Let me go ahead and pull it up, Mike. Where was it at, Mike?
What
the hell is going on? I mean, it's been started since 1987. Mike, let's pull up the receipts, Mike. You know, we don't talk around here.
So
it's been started. Go ahead.
Blacks or
Mike, Black History Month in the UK was established in 1987 by a Guyanese activist who wanted to boost the self-esteem of Black children in the UK to ensure their history was recognized and talked about. I want to know, Mike, all that Britain talk, and let me go ahead and put the hat back for this. All that Britain talk we normally hear and see, Mike. Tell me, where was the UK stories at, Mike? What was the Black History Facts at? What was the podcast, Mike, that we normally see? Where was that? We created you niggas.
Who?
We better than you Black people. We UK Blacks, we started hip hop.
Who was?
Where was the energy at, Mike?
Did they have a parade or something? Like, how did they
Mike,
celebrate?
did you see anything, Mike? You stay on these streets. Did you see any historical facts, Mike?
I didn't even know that it was historical Black history.
Of course you didn't know, Mike. Of course. Because ain't no wave or nothing going on over there. What is a UK Black, Mike? When did we learn about this last year?
Most
when
of
did
them
y'all start calling yourself Black, Mike? When did they start calling themselves Black?
Most of them are people from African descent, Jamaican descent, Caribbean descent.
Ding, ding, ding. Mike, when did y'all start calling yourself that? When did you start having emotion that you need to have a holiday that you ain't talking about? What the facts at? What the figures at?
You still have a holiday and you indoctrinated into some shit that's going on.
Oh, Mike cooking. Go ahead and cook, Mike.
If you haven't broke away or if you haven't done anything to liberate yourself or separate yourself or like what is it just the right in the UK doing dope Black stuff? Because our Black history is about like civil rights and ending things that were disenfranchised. What is their Black history about? I would be interested for somebody to come up here and tell us.
Mike, I thought they said we ain't got no culture, Mike. I thought they had all the culture, Mike. I thought, Mike, they started hip hop and we copied them, Mike. I thought that we bit their swag. But when the Black History Month in the UK came, I ain't hear a motherfucking thing. I ain't hear no facts, no statistics, no activists. Like Mike is referring to, activism as a part of our culture. That's a fact. Activism, Mike, standing on business, music, infiltrating, culture, style, dress, regional behavior, different preferences. That's all our behavior. What is that? Y'all had a whole month and y'all on podcast popping y'all shit every day. Me and Mike see something every week. I ain't hear nothing. I was waiting for those 4 weeks, Mike, and we was all for 2. Me and Mike was waiting. I was looking every day. I ain't see nobody. So I want to know. Go ahead, G.
Just Elba, like what we talking about?
What, Mike? What? Where is it at? What the videos at? What the content at? Where anything at? Where anything, Mike? Y'all stay blabbing about you, America. This. Why ain't y'all pop y'all shit all month? Where? I just get sick and tired of it, man. Like I said, I get tired of y'all using us to ride the wave. But also, when y'all got the moment to express what you have did or what you have accomplished in the UK, as Mike said, y'all ain't got nothing. What's a black Brit? I keep asking you that, Mike. What is that? When did y'all become black? I thought black was American.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Mike. 5 years ago, they were saying me no black, Mike. Am I not lying, Mike? They were saying me no black, me Dominican, Mike. You know that bullshit. Me no black, me Haitian. You know that bullshit they were saying, Mike. When did y'all switch it up? I mean, for real, man. I just, like I said, Mike, I had to look it up to verify the dates. But once I saw they had a Black History Month, I looked and said, damn, what the facts at? What the artists at? What Blitzer, Mike? Splitter. Mike, you know the rap shit they do. Where was y'all at? That weak ass lyric shit they be doing? The garbage music? Mike laughing because he know I'm keeping it 1,000. Hey, we invented rap, man. We invented lyricism, man. Nike Tech, like y'all start, man, all that dumb shit. It just don't hit the same, man. And you know what else don't hit the same too, Mike, man? Now that we going on it. I don't know if you saw that story, Mike, about Tiffany Cross. Let me see if I can pull that video up. Tiffany Cross in a Native Land podcast, Mike, speaking on Joe Budden. Did you see that story about him, Mike? Let me see if I can pull that video up for my dog, Mike. Let me see if I can pull it up. But what it is, Mike, is that our academic class, Mike, our academic class has a problem. They do. Our academic class hates on our other educated class in America because they have more motion.
Everybody should know though. You can't hate on Joe Budden. He, even though he a nigga, he's very astute.
Self-made, Mike. But the problem was I can't find a video of it, Mike. The Native Land, we have Angela Rye, Mike, and Tiffany Cross. They are our intellectual class, right? In actuality, y'all ain't representing us because y'all don't talk about reparations, nothing like that. Mike, we already know what time it is. Y'all do the white speaking points, right, Mike? You stay safe. But y'all made a conversation about Mark Lamont Hill was on the Joe Budden Complex podcast. Shout out to the brother trying to rebrand himself. And he gotten into a discourse with a brother, another young guy from Jamaican descent, Mike, Queens Flip. And the conversation got a little hectic, like, you know, a little, and got a little hot and bothered. And Angela Rye and Tiffany Cross made a conversation saying, why is he on a podcast talking to those blacks? So what they made a statement was this, Mike. Joe Budden's in them podcasts is beneath them. We are the intellectual. Why isn't Mark talking to the intellectual class? Why is he making a conversation talking to the poor class? Let's say it, Mike. In all actuality, we're college educated. We're better than you Negroes. That's summarize what they said, Mike. People responded by saying, y'all don't have the pull of the academic class. Y'all don't speak on nothing. When do y'all speak on reparations? When do y'all speak on anti-black crime bill? When have y'all spoken on Carmelo Anthony? Any of those topics, Mike, that black people care about. Y'all don't talk about that stuff. Y'all represent us. Y'all represent the Kamala Harris, Barack Obama crowd, Mike. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. So they got mad, Mike. Joe Budden responded saying the same exact thing I just said, Mike. Y'all intellectuals, what y'all intellectual about? What progress have y'all made? Joe speak on issues, Mike. You know that. Joe is in his lane. Joe has built and developed himself. What gives our class, Mike, the Boule class, certain black people, why have they fallen under delusion, Mike? They have as much pull and gravitas as they once had. I feel like back in the day it mattered, Mike, But now they get no respect in these streets.
Nah, man, that's crazy because looking down on people has always been something that has happened in history. But when we gonna stop it? Like, you know what I'm saying? No one is better than anybody because we all need everybody to survive. So, I just don't understand. And then anyway, it just makes you look crazy.
Well, I think, Mike, and I speak on this more in depth. I come from the underclass, Mike, the warrior class, the project class. The intellectual class of Black people have a problem. The problem is they are unrelatable now. You have inspired so much to go to whiteness, Mike, a lot of them, that you have no grassroots, no field support. You know how many Black brothers I meet, Mike, that went to Hampton that don't talk to brothers that have been in jail before?
That's mad crazy.
They do, Mike. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of the W.E.B. Du Bois ideology. When in actuality, he was wrong. We need our warrior class, Mike. We need the streets. The streets keep it popping. And that class separation, Mike, is real. Like how we had the live podcast, Mike. If I ask a kid what 4PF is, Mike, and I pointed them an alpha symbol, which one would they recognize, Mike?
4PF.
4PF, 4 pockets full. They don't know what it means. So to me, our educated class has a problem. We have isolated ourselves so much that the rest of Black society has no idea what we do, what we stand for. And I believe Angela Rye and them more perfect example. I mean, Tiffany Cross, I'm sorry, she was the focal point, was the main category of that. You made a statement against Mark Lamont Hill because he's talking to the roots, man. You live in a tower saying, we're better than you Negroes. Everybody at the bottom heard that, responded, Joe responded, and now you want to say it ain't supposed to be that way. No, it was that way. Because you made that statement saying y'all beneath, y'all above them.
And it's up now.
And it's up, like you said, Mike. But you understand that too, Mike, because you talk to the field. But when I meet a lot of brothers and sisters that have that ideology, Mike, we are other. The best example I can give, y'all, I'm not Black, I'm OJ. Okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, Mike? But for real, there's a lot of that going around, Mike. I felt it at homecoming, Mike. There is a lot of that. I'm different. When in actuality, race, relations, and real things in America, they don't discuss. But seeing that, Mike, was kind of eye-opening to me because I still see it a lot. And I know we think about it as a lot of our older generation. It's a lot among women, but we also see it among guys. But among guys, it's different, Mike, because you got to understand. In the man world, disrespect, you still got to put them up. So it's much more discreet among the brothers that are like that, Mike, because somebody from the project will beat your ass and put your hands on you if you call disrespectful. You know what I'm saying, Mike? You got to put your hands up. Somebody going to be ready to squabble with you if you get disrespectful. You from an upper class, you talking bad to a project boy. But the girls, they'll get catty with each other. They won't really fight. But the men, they understand. I don't care what you want to, I don't care, bro. I'll beat your ass right now. Right. So it's a much more fear type of thing. They know that it's real. But to see that in real time, Mike, it's reminded me like, dang, you really got on the podcast. And mind you, Mike, Joe Budden way bigger than y'all. Joe Budden way more famous than y'all. Joe Budden had way more clout, way more fame, way more opportunity, has built himself up, way more established. And for you to make a reckless statement like that saying Joe Budden ain't on your level, the nerve of you, shawty. That's it. So, Mike, I know your thing, you having some little technical issues for tonight. I'll give you one last topic before you slide, G.
Be honest with you, I don't know what's going on. I got full bars and I got that, bro. So I don't know.
I got one more good one for you, Mike. Controversial take for my dog Mike tonight. I'm gonna play the video so you can hear it and get your take and let you slide, family. I know it's acting up on you tonight. All right, y'all.
Like, cause Cole is like he's low-key the real king of Southern hip hop.
Stop.
He made it to the highest. Did he not make it to the highest point?
Talk that talk.
Did he not make it to the highest point?
Yeah. Why you feel that way?
Did he not make it to the highest point?
I'm from the Carolinas, but come on.
Did he not make it to the? So you know he made it to the highest point.
Did T.I. not make it to the highest point? What's the highest point? Did Outkast not make it to the highest point?
Make it higher, bro. What? Cash don't count there.
So wait. What's the #1 movie and album in the same week?
What is the highest point in your opinion? What is the highest point that you speak of, sir?
Are we serious?
Yes, are we serious?
Question.
Is it about sales? What are we talking? What are we basing this on? Because there's Scarface.
I think it's
There's
about
T.I.
I think it's how
Mike, controversial point. Is Cole the king of the South?
No.
Oh,
No.
I
I think
hear.
Cole has reputable contributions to be one of the greatest rappers from the South. But he is not the king of the South. When I think of king of the South, bro, I automatically think of T.I. That was his brand. He may not be lyrically the greatest, but T.I.'s whole brand was king of the South. So is Cole king of the South? No, but Cole is on if we had a South Rushmore, no, because Rushmore's only 4 or 5. All right, out of 10, Cole top 5 from the South.
Give me the 5 ahead of him, Mike. Let me hear it.
Outkast, T.I. Because of the run, he's been in the game longer. Just because of the run. Luda for sure, because the crossover of being a.
They're judging it by his generation, Mike.
Oh, okay. So Luda.
Has Cole been the king of the South? And Cole been out since 2011, 2010? When did he come out?
I forget. It's been a while though.
It's been a while. So for the decade, let's do it from 20. So let's do a decade from 2015 to now. Has any artist been bigger than Cole? I would say maybe Future. I don't know if he's been bigger than Cole though.
Bro, 21 Savage, huge, bro.
I don't know if he touching Cole though, Mike. 21 touching Cole?
Nah, you're right. He may have some validity. It may have some validity to the statement.
Mike going with the controversial statement, but you saying all time he's top 5. But of his era, Cole is really king of the South. Mike, am I hearing that's what you saying, dog? Let me hear this from my music head. I'm gonna let you think, Mike.
Say of the era, and you put the time frame in there.
Well, you gotta go decade, right? It's about 10 years, right, Mike? 10-year run.
10 years, Cole has had the best run in the South. I will give him that.
Yeah, I'm thinking from it's usually is it 10 years, might they go by decade, right? So we can do 2010s. Who has been bigger than Cole out the South? Kendrick out West, Drake is Toronto. I'm trying to think of any. Go ahead.
No.
Damn, Mike.
It has been just as big, but he put Jid on, so no.
Mike, good to hear from you from the night, fam. I know these technical difficulties kick my boys' butt. We'll be back next week. Give him your social, Mike, so you can holler back at my people.
Mad about the technical difficulties, bro, because I made sure everything was set up, so we gotta figure that out.
We'll figure it out. We got time, family. We're gonna get back to it, man. Go ahead and tell people where they can find you at Woot. You good?
Where I'm gonna call that on IG. I'm gonna start posting y'all. I realize I be sending y'all there and I don't be posting nothing at all. So I'm gonna start and I'm gonna start being more and Michael Mikey McCall on Facebook, bro.
Man, love you, family. Get some rest. We'll chop it up. Good to see you next week, Mike. Peace.
Peace.
My boy Mike had a little technical difficulties tonight. We're gonna try to keep it going a little bit longer, man. R.I.P. to the sister that we didn't get to talk to a lot of last time, man. To the great immortal icon of us, Assata Shakur. If you do not know Assata Shakur's story, please read her book, her memoir. She escaped prison as a revolutionary, as a political assassin. She tried to assassinate her character in 1979 and peacefully got her time freed and laid to rest in Cuba for all those years. Shout out to the queen. It's 3 big women that influenced me, maybe 4 or 5. But let's go into it that influenced me most over the past recent year. Dr. Frances Quest Wilson, Assata Shakur, Dr. Shahrazad Ali. There's 2 others that I may be forgetting, but those black queens represented black women to the fullest, man. They represented y'all well, through immaculate fashion, and had the impact on the culture. When I think of black women, I think of Assata Shakur, man. I do. She was iconic. Allow her to rest in peace peacefully and allow her message and messaging to linger long all across this great function. As we continue to grow and continue to go, there was a good talking point on TikTok this evening, man, that I think Mike touched on a little bit, that black culture is food stamp culture. It's not. We got to stop using these words, black, brown, and all that, when in actuality, it was really black folks that was really getting a label on them about this food stamp culture. Social benefits, social programs were a possibility from the civil rights movement. We got to understand how new these programs are. A lot of people don't understand that, man. These programs that we see that are new are really new functions that service Americans that are working class poor. The reason why this issue is such a big deal is because we don't realize that, bro, the lasting effects they're going to have on us. We really don't. The lasting effects they will have on us will be everlasting. And what scares people the most, y'all, people don't realize this. Once you realize that the struggle is real, then the reality of how you're going to overcome that struggle has to be thought about. You know what I mean? And it's real talk. And the reason why it's so scary is because people have to overcome how you gonna get a healthy relationship, how you gonna partner up, how you gonna find somebody, how you gonna build a relationship, how you gonna develop with anybody. And you got to think about those type of things, man. As you age and you get older and life be lifing like it is for a lot of people, how you partner with somebody is your strongest skill you have to learn. Like working out, man. Relationship muscles have to be worked upon. Just like reading muscle, just like entertainment. These muscles and skills are hard. They are a daily grind, a daily struggle. How do you emphasize your relationship muscles to get stronger? Until you figure out how to do that, then you will see a shortcoming and multiple things starting to happen in real time. Let's keep going. Let's keep cooking, man. The holiday season, we hit that on hip hop. We hit mass layoffs. We hit mass shining. Let me play a video from Corey Holcomb that I thought was phenomenal that I want to speak on, y'all. I'm going to play it, give you my reaction to it, because I believe I have a good segment on how I need to speak on it more. Fair use. Fair use.
Saying is this.
It's going down.
Everybody who out here shining, pulling up in big expensive cars, jewelry, listen to me. Listen to your brother Corey. Them days are fading. Shining while in the streets is not the thing to do unless you got on some fake jewelry that you can get them right away when they ump them things. Because they umping them things on everybody who's shining. You don't think you will be followed. You don't think, because it's new to the world just how bad it's getting.
Oh.
Homie, them people who will get it how they will get it are watching you as you shine. So if you ain't got the henchmen with you, standing ready for what's gonna come, the days of shining, that's over. When I'm on stage, I might have on some jewelry or something like that. But when I'm out going to a pizza place, when I'm out going whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, you best to have that, God damn it. If
he ain't lying, bro. I had a conversation with somebody this week, man. The stunt and the flex and the flossing era is completely over with. And if you don't believe it, go out in these streets and look at the cars that you see out in this world, man. The shining era, the chains, the jewelry, the flossing, the taking the trips, the posting about what you do, I do not recommend it. I do not. I don't even post half the moves I do because I know how dangerous it is. People are getting robbed, y'all. People are getting pressed. If you don't have that blicky in the house, in the crib, I highly recommend you do. Stop talking about what you're buying. Stop talking about what you're eating. Stop talking about what you're driving. This is the era of laying low key and flexication. People don't realize when layoffs happen, crimes rise. We're seeing these mass layoffs being labeled all across the country, right? But ain't nobody talking about what these people got to eat from then. If I see you shining and I just got laid off and I see you flossing, I'm coming to take what you got. It's human law, it's human nature. We have thinking the world is so comfortable that we can be flashy and flaunty in front of people that we have forgotten a friendly fade, a friendly squabble is so natural. A lot of people are so far removed from that type of element, that type of energy, that they really don't get it. I try to stay around it because I like to know the temperature of what's going on. I like to stay aware of it so I know what I see and what people are talking about what's going on. What people are talking about, people are struggling, man. And when people are struggling, they take from the lowest hanging fruit. When people do not have, they're going to take from people that do have. And I know it's scary. I know we don't like to talk about it. We don't like to think about it. But if you by yourself, if you out here drinking, living life, having a culture, chain on, jewelry, chain swinging, we are in a shift right now. Ain't nobody tell you. Let me be the first one laid on your feet. Move differently. Don't let nobody know where you live at. Don't let nobody know where you stay. Don't let nobody know who's in your house. Don't let nobody know what's in your bank account. Don't talk about money with anybody. Don't disclose, don't show money with anybody. If anybody asks you what you got going on, say nothing. If anybody asks you what you going on, say nothing. Please move accordingly. This is not a scary message. This is a reminder message. Maybe because I come from the street life and I understand it and I know how anything could change at any moment. Do not lose that compatibility or that blessing. Be aware of your surroundings. When you go somewhere, know your exit, know your outs. When you know where your car is, know where you park. When you know where your car is, when you got in there, don't leave nothing in it. Move accordingly. Move accordingly. Dress accordingly. Operate accordingly. Speak accordingly. Speak everywhere you go. Make contact with everybody everywhere you go somewhere. The reason why we have to keep emphasizing those messages, y'all, the world is different. It's different. And why it's so different, we must address it why it's different, y'all. So while we talking about how different it is, I want to talk about all of the elements and all the things we see. Remember, the world has changed. It is. While I'm closing, I want to say something, y'all. We covered a lot tonight. We did. Hip hop is dead. Holiday feeling is empty. Mass layoff, all of it. But the one thing I want y'all to know is y'all might have to think I'm just complaining, right? But nah, I'm giving you a take about what's going on. And these are the things that being aware of. I'm not talking about no BS. I'm not accepting no conversation is not productive. They are feeding us. This is about holding on to what's real. And in the real world, it's getting faker by the day. If tonight hits you any different, if you feel any of what I said, do me a favor, share the stream. Send it to somebody who needs to hear it and drop a comment, like, or follow. I know it got to resonate with you like it resonated with me. If you got value from this conversation tonight, you are still not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what to tell you. Hit the button. Be a part of this community. To everybody who showed up and dropped a comment, keep it real with me tonight. I see you. I appreciate you. And this is what it's a real conversation about. Unfiltered, no BS. And I'll be back next Sunday at 7 p.m. I'll be there sharp. Stay woke, stay sharp. Don't let me, everything is okay, and it's not. Please follow King Crowder's channel. We keep it 100. Peace. Until next time, check on your family, check on your loved ones, check on everybody who has